Welcome to Learn English Perfectly, the podcast. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the channel. Hey there, welcome to the Don't Waste Your Time podcast. I'm your host, Emma. Today we begin a journey, not just any journey, but one that could change how you look at every single moment of your life. I want you to pause, just for a second. Think about this question. How much time do you really have? We live our days like we have forever, like tomorrow is guaranteed, like next week will be the perfect time to start that thing we've been putting off. But here's the raw truth. Time is running. It doesn't slow down for you, for me, for anyone. And the more we treat it like it's endless, the more we waste the most precious thing we'll ever own. This isn't a lecture. This is a wake-up call. Let's begin. How many times have you said this to yourself? I'll do it tomorrow. I still have time. I'm just not ready right now. It feels safe, doesn't it? Reassuring, comforting. Like there's this invisible storage room of time we can dip into whenever we want. But that illusion, it's dangerous. You see, time doesn't pause when you procrastinate. It doesn't freeze while you think about it. It doesn't extend when you waste it. In reality, every second that passes is a second you'll never get back. And most people don't realize that until it's too late. We grow up in a world that rarely teaches us the value of time. In school, we're told to wait. Wait your turn. Wait until you're older. Wait until you graduate. Wait until the right opportunity comes. And slowly we start believing that waiting is normal. That time is this infinite thing always in abundance, that we're supposed to delay our dreams, our passions, our lives, until some perfect moment arrives. But here's the truth no one tells you. There is no perfect moment. There's only now. And the people who succeed in life, they use now. They don't wait. Let's talk about the silent killer of our time, distraction. You wake up and check your phone. You scroll, you click, you watch. 1 hour, gone. Then you say, it's just an hour. But those hours add up. The average person spends over 3 hours a day on social media. That's over 1,000 hours a year. That's 41 full days every year, gone, wasted. For what? Was it worth it? Was the video you watched or the post you liked really more valuable than building the life you dream about? Probably not. But distraction is addictive. It tricks your brain into thinking you're doing something when really you're doing nothing that matters. Most people live the same day over and over. They wake up, scroll, work, eat, scroll again, sleep. Then they repeat, week after week, month after month, year after year. They're not really living, they're existing. And they don't even realize it. It's not that they don't have dreams. It's that they've buried those dreams under daily habits that waste time, steal energy, and slowly numb the soul. You weren't born to live on autopilot. You weren't meant to spend your life reacting to notifications and chasing validation from people who don't even matter. You were made for more. But the clock is ticking. Let me be real with you. When you waste time, you're not just losing minutes or hours. You're losing your life. Think about it. What if the time you spent binge watching a show could have been spent building a business? What if the hours you gave to scrolling could have gone into learning a new skill that changes your future? What if the days you spent resting were actually days you could have used to rewrite your story? Every moment you waste is a moment you could have used to start something powerful, fix something broken, learn something new, love someone deeply, grow into someone greater. But once that moment is gone, it's gone forever. I want you to do something right now. Close your eyes for a second. Seriously. Unless you're driving, then maybe don't. But if you can, Just close your eyes and ask yourself this. Am I using my time the way I really want to? Not the way the world expects you to, not the way your friends or family want you to, but the way you want to, deep down. Are you building the life you dream about? Or are you just drifting through one day after another? If that question makes you uncomfortable, good. Discomfort means you're waking up. Here's the good news. No matter how much time you've wasted, no matter how far you've drifted, no matter how lost you feel right now, you can start over. You can take control. You can choose to stop wasting time starting today. You don't need a new year. You don't need a fancy planner. You don't need permission. All you need is a decision. A decision to stop letting time slip through your fingers. A decision to protect your minutes like they're made of gold, because they are. A decision to wake up and live with intention. Let's imagine two people. One spends an hour every morning reading books, learning something new, and journaling about what they learned. The other wakes up, checks their phone, scrolls through social media, and hits snooze 4 times. Now, zoom forward a year. Who were these two people? They didn't start out very different. They might have even had the same job, same background, same dreams. But now, they're worlds apart. Why? Because how they use their time every single day has slowly, quietly shaped their identity. You don't become wise by accident. You don't become fit by dreaming about it. You don't become disciplined by thinking hard. You become who you are by what you do every single day. Your time habits equal your identity. Let me show you a loop that runs our lives. 1. How you spend your time. 2. Shapes your daily habits. 3. Which build your beliefs about yourself. 4. Which reinforce how you spend your time again. Let me say that again in real terms. You spend time working out. You build a habit of moving your body. You start seeing yourself as a strong, disciplined person. You want to work out more. And the loop continues. On the flip side, you spend time procrastinating. You build a habit of avoiding effort. You start seeing yourself as someone who's lazy or behind. You avoid taking risks. And the loop continues. Time isn't just about minutes. It's about momentum. It's about identity construction. Here's a hard but powerful exercise. Open your calendar, or just write down what you did yesterday, from the moment you woke up to the moment you went to sleep. Now, look at that list. Be honest. What does it tell you about who you are becoming? Because your time use tells the truth that your words sometimes don't. You might say, I want to be a writer, but did you write yesterday? Or did you scroll through Instagram and say tomorrow? You might say, I want to be healthy, but did you move your body yesterday? Or did you stay stuck in the same loop of avoidance? Time is the mirror. If you want to know who you are, stop looking in the bathroom mirror and start looking in your schedule. This goes deeper than goals. This affects our relationships too. Think about this. You can't build a connection with someone you give no time to. So many people say, my family's important, or I love my friends. But when you check how they use their time, it's work, screens, errands, sleep, and their loved ones get the leftovers, if any. Love, just like dreams, doesn't survive on intention. It needs time investment. Time is the oxygen of any relationship. If you're losing touch with someone you care about, ask yourself, when was the last time you gave them a real, uninterrupted hour? Let me tell you something wild. Being busy isn't a badge of honor. It's not an identity. A lot of people wear busyness like a crown. They say, I'm always working or I'm hustling 24/7. And sure, sometimes that's necessary for a season. But here's the danger. Busy doesn't mean effective. Busy doesn't mean fulfilled. Busy doesn't mean successful. You can be busy doing the wrong things, busy chasing someone else's goals, busy escaping your feelings, busy avoiding your real potential. So here's my challenge to you. Don't let I'm busy be your identity. Let I'm intentional be your identity instead. Let's talk about compound interest, not with money, but with minutes. If you spend just 30 minutes a day learning a skill, that's 182 hours in a year. That's like taking a college course, just from tiny time choices. But if you spend those 30 minutes every day, that's 182 hours lost. That's like letting a full month of your life vanish every year. Small time habits compound over time. They either build you or break you. And the choice is always yours. You don't need to change your whole life in a day. You just need to reclaim 1 hour. Take 1 hour a day and make it sacred. Make it the hour where you work on becoming the person you want to be. No distractions, no excuses. You want to write? Write. You want to get fit? Move. You want to reconnect with someone? Call. You want to rest intentionally? Breathe. 1 hour every day. That's your identity hour. Because over time, that hour changes everything. You open your phone just for a minute. You see one news alert, something terrible happened somewhere. You scroll. Another tragedy, another political outrage, another disaster. And you tell yourself, I'm just staying informed. But an hour later, you feel drained, angry, numb, anxious. You haven't moved, you haven't learned, and most of all, you haven't lived that hour. It's gone, and you didn't even feel it slip away. This is doom scrolling. It's the digital version of standing in a rainstorm trying to hold back the flood with a cup. Now let's go deeper, because it's not just about wasted minutes, it's about your brain. Every time you scroll, your brain gets tiny dopamine hits. It doesn't care if it's good news or bad. It just wants new. The brain goes ping, alert, flash, something new. It rewards you for the scroll, not for the value. This rewires your attention span. Suddenly, deep work feels boring. Sitting in silence feels uncomfortable. Reading a book feels like climbing a mountain. And guess what happens? You scroll again. You doom scroll. You tell yourself, it's just 5 minutes. But the cost? Your brain is becoming addicted to distraction. Time isn't the only thing you're losing. You're also losing your ability to focus. Let's say you want to start a side hustle, write a book, learn photography, or just be more present with your kids or partner. But every time you sit down, your hand reaches for your phone. You scroll, you watch, you swipe. That dream you had, it doesn't die dramatically. It dies in tiny moments of distraction. It dies in that 5-minute check that becomes 2 hours. And when you look up, the dream is still there, but you're farther away from it. Remember this. Distraction doesn't just waste your time, it delays your future. You might be thinking, Emma, I'm good at multitasking. I scroll and still get my work done. Let me bust that myth. Neurological studies prove that the human brain cannot multitask effectively. When you switch between tasks, say writing an email and checking Instagram, your brain doesn't do them both at once. It switches back and forth, and each switch costs you time and focus. It's called cognitive residue, and it adds up. It's like trying to read 2 books by flipping back and forth every sentence. You end up understanding neither, finishing nothing, and feeling exhausted. Multitasking, It's just scattered attention wearing a clever disguise. We're so afraid of silence now. We fear being alone with our thoughts. We fear standing in line without checking our phones. We fear boredom. But let me tell you a secret. Great ideas are born in silence. Einstein walked alone and thought. Steve Jobs took long silent walks before big decisions. Creativity isn't born in the noise, it's born in the stillness. If you want clarity, if you want breakthroughs, if you want real peace, you have to reclaim your relationship with silence. Because silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. There's something I call social media time and soul time. Social media time feels like connection, but often brings comparison. You scroll and you see people's highlight reels, vacations, bodies, careers, relationships. And without even realizing it, you start feeling like your life is behind. But soul time, that's when you connect with yourself. Through journaling, through prayer, through reading, through nature, through one real deep conversation. Which kind of time are you feeding? Because your soul can't grow on empty dopamine. It needs deep, quiet, intentional time. All right, let's get practical now. Here are 5 ways to reclaim your time from digital distractions. Number 1, use a real alarm clock. Stop waking up and diving into your phone. Number 2, schedule scroll time. If you want to scroll, do it intentionally with a timer. Number 3, delete apps for 7 days. Take a detox. See how your brain responds. Number 4, turn off notifications. All of them. Seriously, your time is worth it. Number 5, create a no phone hour. Every day, no exceptions. Use that time to live. These aren't extreme. They're liberating. You don't have to live like everyone else. You don't have to be on all the time. You can step back. You can breathe. You can own your minutes again. Have you ever had a conversation in your head that never happened in real life? Maybe it sounded like this. What if they didn't like what I said? Maybe I should have replied differently. Did I look stupid? What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? Round and round it goes, like a hamster wheel in your brain. Overthinking is rehearsing pain that hasn't happened yet, or replaying pain that already passed. It's your mind's attempt to feel in control, but instead of gaining power, you lose presence. You miss the now, the only moment you can actually control. Now let's meet regret. Regret whispers, if only I had tried harder. I should have said something. I shouldn't have trusted them. I wasted so much time. I missed my chance. Regret is a backward time traveler. It takes your heart into the past and traps it there. It turns memories into weapons, and it convinces you that you can't move forward because of something you can't change. But let me tell you something powerful, something true. You can't change your past, but you can change your relationship with it. Let's imagine time as a straight path. You're walking on it, but every time you overthink, you pause. You look back. You walk in circles. You step off the trail. And regret? It's like trying to rewrite a chapter in a book that's already been printed. Meanwhile, real life, present life, keeps moving. So what happens? You fall behind. Not because you're lazy, not because you're weak, but because your mind keeps pulling you out of the moment. These loops of overthinking and regret aren't helping you grow. They're helping you stay stuck. So how do you break free? Let me give you 3 truths to anchor you when your brain starts looping. Truth 1, not everything needs solving. Some thoughts are just noise. Let them pass like clouds. You don't need to grab them. You don't need to fix them. You just let them go. Truth 2, Reflection is not the same as rumination. Reflection asks, what did I learn? Rumination asks, why am I like this? One brings wisdom, the other brings wounds. Choose the one that moves you forward. Truth 3. Action kills anxiety. When your mind spirals, take action. Do one small thing. Wash the dish. Take a walk. Send the message. Write the page. Movement is medicine for overthinking. Let's pause and be real for a second. Why do we overthink? Because we're afraid. Afraid of failure. Afraid of being misunderstood. Afraid of repeating mistakes. Afraid of being alone. But here's the paradox. Overthinking doesn't protect you from pain, it prolongs it. It turns a single moment of hurt into a lifelong echo. And regret? It doesn't teach you, it traps you. It convinces you that you're too late, that your chance is gone. But listen, if you're breathing, if you're listening to this, if your heart is still beating, you still have time. Overthinking and regret tell you to live anywhere but here. They say, live in the what ifs, live in the should haves, live in the past or the future. But now is all you ever truly own. The breath you're taking, the room you're sitting in, the sound of my voice. This is life, right here. The present isn't a trap. It's not empty. It's not too late. It's where everything begins. Let me share a tiny, life-changing practice. 1 minute of presence. Here's how you do it. 1. Sit still. 2. Close your eyes. 3. Take one deep breath in and one long breath out. 4. Ask yourself, what do I feel right now? 5. Whatever comes up, just notice it. No judgment. 6. Whisper to yourself, this moment is enough. You can do this anywhere, anytime. And every time you do it, you reclaim 1 minute from the mind's chaos. You bring yourself back. You stop time from slipping through your fingers. When we think of wasting time, we often imagine screens, apps, distractions. But some of the biggest time wasters are walking, talking humans in our daily lives. Let me ask you, have you ever spent hours thinking about an argument you had with someone? Have you stayed in relationships out of guilt, obligation, or fear? Have you ever said yes when your soul was screaming no? Those moments, they drain not just minutes, but months, sometimes years. People who consistently ignore your boundaries, disrespect your values, or manipulate your emotions, they're not just difficult. They're dangerous to your mental time. An emotional vampire is someone who always makes it about them, feeds on your guilt, turns every conversation into a crisis, minimizes your feelings while magnifying their own, drains your energy without ever giving anything back. They may not even do it intentionally, but that doesn't make it harmless. Every conversation with them feels like a performance. You walk away feeling smaller, not seen. You start doubting yourself. You spend time explaining things they never cared to understand. And slowly, your clarity fades, your purpose dims, your time vanishes. So why do we let these people stay in our lives? 3 reasons. 1. Guilt. We feel guilty for walking away. They're family. They've been there since childhood. They're going through a hard time. But listen, guilt is not a compass. It's a chain. And you're allowed to outgrow people without being cruel. 2. Fear of being alone. Sometimes we accept toxicity because we're afraid of the silence, afraid of the space they'll leave. But emptiness is better than chaos. Peace is better than noise. 3. Hope they'll change. You keep giving them chances. You believe one day they'll understand. But growth is a choice, not your responsibility. You can't force someone to evolve. You can only choose to stop shrinking to fit inside their shadow. Let's be honest. Here are some real signs that a relationship is wasting your time. You feel drained after every interaction. You constantly rehearse what to say around them. You feel guilty for setting even the smallest boundaries. They never ask how you're doing, but expect you to always listen. You keep making excuses for their behavior to others. You don't feel like yourself around them anymore. These are red flags, not to shame you, but to wake you. Because every day you spend tangled in someone else's dysfunction is a day you could have spent building your own peace. Now here's the truth. Boundaries are not walls. They're doors. They don't shut people out. They show you who deserves to come in. And your time, your precious, sacred time, it needs protection. Here's how to start. Say no without a 3-paragraph explanation. Don't pick up every call. Stop answering emotionally manipulative texts. Limit time with people who interrupt your goals. Be okay with disappointing others if it means not abandoning yourself. When you honor your time, you teach others how to treat it. Have you noticed certain patterns? Maybe it's that one friend who only calls when they need something, or that partner who always criticizes, never encourages, or that family member who uses your kindness as currency. These aren't random, they're cycles. And cycles don't end because you hope they will. They end when you break them. Not with rage, not with revenge, but with clarity. The moment you say, "I deserve better," you start rewriting the pattern. It's not all about cutting people off. Let's flip the script. Ask yourself, who makes you feel lighter? Who speaks to your soul, not your ego? Who listens without trying to fix you? Who respects your time as much as they respect your heart? These are the ones to hold close. These are the people who add to your life, not subtract. Who multiply your energy, not divide it. And if you don't have many of them, that's okay. Start by becoming that person, and you'll begin to attract them. You've made it to the end. And that means something. In a world filled with distractions, noise, and constant scrolling, you chose to stay. You gave your time, your most precious resource, to listen, to reflect, and to grow. That is powerful. That means you're not like everyone else. You're not here just for the surface stuff. You're here for depth, for meaning, for truth. And for that, I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Every episode I create, every word I speak, is for you. Not the you the world expects, but the real you, the tired you, the curious you, the ambitious you, the broken you, the healing you, the dreaming you, the version of you that's still figuring it all out but refuses to give up. I see you, and I believe in you. You know, sometimes we listen to content and we forget it 5 minutes later. It disappears in the noise. But sometimes, just sometimes, a sentence, a word, even a pause, can change something. It can flip a switch inside you. And maybe, just maybe, something in this episode did that for you. Maybe it reminded you who you are, or who you want to become. Maybe it gave you permission to feel, to rest, to start, to dream again. And if it did, if even one tiny moment made your heart whisper, yes, then this episode did its job. But this is not the end. It's the beginning. Because this community we're building, it's more than just views, clicks, or numbers. It's a movement, a space for real conversations, a space for healing, hope, hustle, and heart. And if you're still here, then you belong. You are part of this story now. And I don't want you to just be a listener. I want you to be part of the family. So if you felt something today, if you nodded, if you smiled, if you cried, if your heart whispered, "This is what I've been needing," then I want to ask you something. Something simple. Subscribe. Not for me, but for you. Because this space we're creating together, it's only going to grow deeper, stronger, richer. And I want you on that journey with me. Every week, I'll be right here, in your ears, in your heart, bringing stories, thoughts, reflections, and soul food for your mind. You won't find shouting. You won't find chaos. You'll find calm. You'll find presence. You'll find purpose. So go ahead and hit that button. That little red one. Click it like a promise to yourself, like a reminder that your growth matters, that your peace matters, that you matter. And if you've already subscribed, thank you. Truly. You're not just helping this channel grow. You're helping a movement rise. Because when one of us grows, we all grow. Before I go, let me leave you with this. No matter where you are in life right now, whether you're flying high or feeling low, whether you're surrounded by people or sitting in silence, know this: you are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are becoming. And becoming takes time, but it's beautiful. It's messy. It's real. So be gentle with yourself. Take a deep breath and keep going. You've got more in you than you know. And this world, it needs your voice, your light, your story. So don't waste your time doubting yourself. Don't waste your time living someone else's dream. Don't waste your time being small when you were born to shine. The time is now. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. If this episode meant something to you, send it to someone. Someone who needs to hear it. Someone who might be on the edge. You never know. One share could save a life. Let's spread something real in this world of fake. Let's create a ripple. Let's build something beautiful together. And if you ever feel alone, just come back to this space. Because I'll be here, always, with open arms and open words. So until next time, be kind to your mind, take care of your heart, chase what matters, and remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. This is Emma, signing off with love, gratitude, and one big reminder. You're enough. You are worthy. And your time is now. I'll see you in the next episode. And don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. Because together, we rise. Good night, good morning, or wherever this finds you. Be well.